Hello, everyone. Welcome to TV Literate, the podcast that unapologetically enjoys trashy TV. I'm Gillian.
And I'm Megan.
I totally almost fucked that up by saying I'm Megan.
Oh, well, that would have been interesting. We should do that one day. We should just switch and see if
April
anyone
Fools.
notices.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that would be funny.
It would be. So Jillian, what's up? What have you been watching? What's been going on?
So we've been on our spooky movie kick, and we've been doing a
Hell
lot of
yeah.
rewatches of like old stuff. I think we tried to watch 13 Ghosts last night, but it apparently was like a DVR. Like it said it was on our DVR, but it was just a suggestion that you could record it now, and so we just got like
That's
really put out.
That's really rude. That's really
Yeah.
rude.
It was so rude. I was like, oh, we can just start at the beginning. And it's like, no, sorry, you started 25 minutes in. We're like, I didn't know this was live.
Yeah, jeez. God, that's rude.
But yeah, generally that vibe has been what we're going for is 13 Ghosts. And we did watch actually a good show, Chapel Wait, which is on Epix.
Okay.
I did my 7-day free trial for it because it's Adrian Brody in a Stephen King adaptation of his
Oh.
short story Before Salem's Lot.
Oh, nice.
So
That's cool.
It's very cool and very like witchcraft religious culty.
Oh, that's exactly my shit. So
Yeah,
love
it's
it.
really good. And Adrian Brody is just like terrifyingly skinny all the time. That man, I don't know. He just has so many bones and I feel really bad because I'm like, maybe it's like a thing he can't gain weight. Like I don't want to be like body shamey.
Right.
But then he took his shirt off in this one and had like sucked in his stomach and then laid on his back and I was like, but I can see every rib. Every rib.
Do you think he has more than 206 bones?
Yeah. I think I've seen more than 206 of his bones now over 6 episodes or however many it was.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah. But yeah, moody period piece about a shitty rich family in a mining town and then maybe witchcraft ensues. So,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I can get behind that for sure.
yeah. That's really all we've been watching cuz they're very long episodes. So
Yeah,
I think we
yeah.
spent like 3 whole days just Chapel Wait.
Nice.
But what have you been watching?
We haven't been watching a ton. Nothing really new, but we have finished up some stuff. So we finished up Squid Game, which we talked about last time, which was
Mhm.
crazy.
Oh,
And then
The ending, man. I think by the last week, I hadn't finished it like the last
Yes,
episode.
yeah.
Oh my god.
It was
Oh my god.
yeah.
How
a
are there
lot.
30 minutes after what you thought should be the end?
I
That's all
know.
I gotta say.
Yeah. Yeah. We also finished watching The Only Murders in the Building, which finished last week, I think, which was really good.
Yeah.
Highly recommend that one. It's a fun one. And
Hell
it's
yeah.
all out now, so you can just binge it all.
I'm so excited.
And then oh yeah, we've been keeping up with Survivor. I wanted to mention that again because it's still going and I'm really enjoying the season. I think there's a lot of like weird little twists and stuff that like advantages and things that turn off some people. I think some like really hardcore like fans of Survivor don't like those. And I get that, but like they don't bother me. For me, it's a lot more about like the players and if the players
Mhm.
are interesting or not. And this
Yeah.
season there's a lot of like there's a lot of interesting stuff going on. So
People have been in quarantine for a while, so they're really
exactly.
wild and out.
They've been scheming.
Like all of us.
Exactly.
Like all of us.
So, yes. But that's about it. We haven't really started anything new. But I really want to get into some spooky stuff this week because it is Halloween. So,
Tis the spoop.
exactly. It's
season.
time. It is
It's
undoubtedly time.
Get your 31 Halloween movies in the next 6 days.
I can definitely do that for sure. No
Hell
problem.
yeah.
So, for this week, we're going back to our roots, I guess. I don't know.
Back
We're
to
going
our
back
roots.
back
Back
to
to
the
the
Bates.
fundamentalists.
We're bringing back Bates.
They've been brought in.
They've been brought in. So today we are starting off season 6 of Bringing Up Bates. And
yeah.
I don't know, it was kind of like nice going back and watching these after not watching them for a few weeks. Like I don't know.
Uh-huh.
It's just, especially I think compared to watching like the Duggars or like the Plaths, these ones are just so much like easier to digest.
Stupid fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I mean, seriously, I think I texted you earlier. I was like, thank God this isn't one of our, like, heavy feelings episodes, because
Yeah.
all of the Plath ones, it's been like, cool, so we have to, this is all very interesting stuff, but, like, we're dealing with depression, we're dealing with suicide,
Right.
we're dealing with divorce, and here we're just like, we're dealing with goats.
Goats and I don't even know, self-defense classes, all kinds of stuff. We'll get into it all.
A really sweaty man who teaches all of them jujitsu.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was sweaty the whole time. Like, I thought when I first saw him in like the first episode that he was like getting like exerted with the little boys, but no, they walked in the next day for the girls, and he was still just as wet.
He's just a sweaty guy. What can you say?
It was wild, man.
So let's get started with episode 1, which is called Summer of Love.
Summer loving had me a blast.
Yeah. I was gonna say something and then I forgot. It was like my brain stopped working.
Shutting down my grease.
Shutting it down.
No grease on this podcast.
No grease. This is a no grease zone. I'm sorry. Anyway, so this episode really starts out with Kelly was talking about how it's a pivotal point in like so many of our kids' lives, and there's enough of them old enough that there's a lot of boy-girl relationships.
No, I hate boy-girl, special friend, best friend.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Nah.
Like, just be clear with your intentions and don't play coy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird and gross.
Yes.
So, yeah, Tori is with Bobby, and it's, like, pretty serious between them. Carlin is really getting to know Evan, and it's starting to, like, get to the serious point. And then it won't be long for Josie.
She's just a year behind Carlin.
Ugh.
It's like, isn't Carlin, like, 17 in this episode?
Like,
maybe a little bit older.
Maybe
18.
17. Yeah, maybe 18, but, like, not like a teenager.
Not like, yeah. Yeah, it's like, it's not marriageable age where it's like, oh, yes, she's 29, so the other one will be married off soon as well.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's like, okay, these are literal teenagers, but thanks, cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and this is where one of, I think, 2 shotgun comments get made, where Kelly says, you better get your shotgun ready, Dad, which, bleh.
Ugh. It's just, it's so much.
It's too much.
I hate it. It's very, I don't even know, like, I don't want to be, like, mean on this one. It's like, it's just very, like, Tennessee.
Yeah, it definitely is. You're not wrong. I mean, we're from West Virginia, so like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel like we have room to like talk about this. We
do.
Yeah. So this next part has Aaron, Tori, Carlin, and Josie all going out for ice cream together.
To go talk about Aaron as a matchmaker.
Yeah, which really to me just sounded like Aaron just really likes to get her nose into other people's business.
Yeah, like, hey, you should really meet this guy. Hey, you should really meet this guy. Hey, I think this guy would be the perfect vessel for Jesus Christ in your life.
Jesus. Yeah, she's just a little too pushy for me, personally.
Yeah. But, you know, the other girls have never, like, met another boy outside of the family, really. So maybe just, like, here's a pre-vetted man. He seems pretty nice.
I mean, I guess
Chad is approved.
If you live in that sheltered life, I guess it's like pretty daunting to be like, go find somebody to be with. So it's probably pretty welcome to have somebody be like, oh, here's this guy. Go get to know him.
Yeah. I can see why it's an easy, not like trap, but an easy trap to fall into.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Erin talks about how she loves matching up the girls, but she has a hard time matching boys. And she thinks that her brothers like don't seem ready to settle down and seem a lot more immature than the sisters, which I mean is probably generally true. Yeah, like that's just how a lot of adolescent boys are. They're just not super mature.
Yeah, through to like the end of college, it's kind of a crapshoot for boys.
Right. Yeah, and Erin says she thinks that Lawson needs to wait 5 or 6 years and that 29 is a good age. And the other sisters acted like this was crazy. And it's like, guys, no, 29 is a much more reasonable age than 19, okay?
Well, and like, okay, here's the thing. This was an episode in either 2016 or 2017. So Erin
was right because
she may be the oracle.
Right. Lawson right now is in Italy or something with his girlfriend and his parents. So we know this
and
motherfucker.
her parents.
Yeah, we know this motherfucker's about to get engaged like in the next week or two.
Man, Erin the oracle.
Erin the oracle. That's scary. I don't really.
It makes sense though. She kind of strikes me as like if there were to be like a future seeing witch in Appalachia or the South right now, I think that would be her. It
Yeah.
wouldn't be like, the creepy old lady in the shack anymore. It'd just be like kind of a crazy mom lady.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably not wrong. Probably not
Yeah.
wrong.
We should all, no, Aaron, just get out of fundamental Christianity and you have like a job in future
Exactly.
seeing.
That sounds like a lot more fun to me personally, but
Way more fun.
yeah, Aaron also predicts that Trace will get married younger than Lawson and Nathan. So we'll see, because Trace, I don't know how old Trace is now, but he's still younger than them.
Yeah.
Like, he still could beat them, like, age
Yeah.
wise.
Yeah, because Nathan just got married this
Yeah.
weekend.
Yes.
God.
Yes. We don't even need to talk about it, but yeah, he did.
I don't know what this quote was really from. I think it was just like when they looked at Trace and were like, "What do you think about getting married?" And he just says, "I'm focusing on my hopefully 1-year Bible plan." And I'm like, "What's a 1-year Bible plan? Like, is that like a
that is a good
savings
question.
account? I don't know."
I like how he says that, like, we're all supposed to know, like, that's a normal thing to have.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we're like, sometimes you have a 1-year Bible plan and it's like, "Oh yeah,
right.
one of those."
Sure. Okay, cool.
Nope.
So then the next part, they kept teasing that Aaron and Chad had twins, and it was like, okay, you're annoying. But it was just they got 2 miniature goats because they want to see Carson play with them. That's their reasoning.
I know, because Chad thinks that's like a wholesome way to grow up, which, like, sir, that's a very weird, like, specific thing.
It is. Yeah, like, if you, like, live on a farm or, like, whatever, and you have
Yeah.
goats, sure, but, like, it's
I'm
a
gonna get
weird
my kid
reason.
a little goat.
It's a weird reason to get a goat, in my opinion. But
Yeah. Though,
what?
then Aaron does say that they will eventually breed them, so maybe they're gonna become, like...
Yeah, goat breeders.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh, God.
But yeah, wasn't this also the whole point of the dog that they got? Like, was to get Carson to play
Yeah.
with the dog? So are they just gonna, like, continue to get him animals? Is this just gonna become, like, a petting zoo?
I feel like possibly, especially because I think Zach, right after they... Like, he said that about Carson being able to play with the miniature goats. They switched to Zach, and he's like, and their dogs, and their cats, and their kids, and their elephants, and their giraffes, and their... I'm like, yep.
Like, when will it end?
When will it end? And they don't live on a farm. Like, they just live in, like, a house with a little bit of land.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not like
it's
they
like,
can, like,
oof.
really keep collecting much further.
Right. I don't know. It seems stressful, but Erin says she enjoys the chaos and noise because that's what she's used to, which I guess makes sense.
I guess. Don't leave her alone with her thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely get that, but
Yeah.
that's why I just, like, always have my phone on me and I always have the TV on, okay?
Yeah. We don't need goats.
Just
Maybe we need goats.
I would take a goat. I wouldn't mind a goat.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
I would love a goat. God, we've gone off track.
I know, but, like, goats for real.
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, so the whole fam is headed to North Carolina because Meemaw is getting hitched.
Yeah, and, like, out of nowhere.
I know. She's just like, I've met Tom, and he's my life partner forever now. I love him, and I'm gonna be a little teenager around him again. And I'm like, that's good for her, because she's like 70-something. But it was just very funny that she's just probably like, here, I'm marrying him.
Yeah,
Children.
yeah. It's like, what? Okay, it's a pretty big leap to just, like, be like, oh, this is this guy, I'm marrying him. I mean, when
Yeah.
you're that old, it's like, okay, whatever. And it's like, if you know what you want, go for it. But it's a little like, but you could just, like, chill out.
Just
and,
give
like,
it a second. Just
yeah.
give it a second. Let all of your children at least meet the guy.
Exactly. Like, just, like, maybe another month or so, please.
Yeah, and none of them live very far.
Right.
So they go to Cary, North Carolina, where Kelly meets up with her sister, Kay. And Kay hasn't met the new dude, but Kelly has met him. And Kelly says that he's good and that Betty Jo's just the happiest we've ever seen her.
Yeah, and he treats her well, and what more could you ask for?
Yep. And
Tori is Meemaw's wedding coordinator.
why? Like, I don't know. Like, that seems like a big thing to put on someone. Like, have her be like your maid of honor or something. Like, that would be cute.
It's like, oh, yeah. It's like, oh, you need to coordinate my entire wedding. Like, isn't Tori in school at this point? I think she's probably busy.
Oh, well.
They kept making a ton of gross like honeymoon jokes throughout, which
Yeah.
was nasty. I just like, why do we have to do that?
I don't know. They also said during the service, Kelly Jo's like, I like it when they're a little frisky with each other. And I'm just like, you all need to
It's
get it in your
gross.
pants.
I
This,
will
like,
just say, like, I got married at, how old was I? 27. Like, I lived with my partner before. I did not get a single honeymoon comment or like weird thing from anybody. It's like,
no.
that's just like not, it's like weird. It's like, it's just, I don't know. These type of people are so rigid in what they
Mhm.
think is okay sexually, but then they're so like outwardly sexual, and it's like
Yeah.
does not
It's just
fit.
like that, all that repressed
Yeah,
sexuality is just
it's
seeping out in really horrible ways. Like all of the really like sexualized Jesus stuff that they have, like pamphlets that you're like, they have to know the double entendre here. Like this is too much.
right.
I think it's just they can't help it. They're just bursting at the seams.
Yeah, I guess it's gross.
Yeah, it's
It's like
horrible.
just like I don't know, learn to
What?
express your sexuality like in a healthy way.
Yeah. Also, your hands aren't gonna fall off if you jerk off. It's okay if you
It
need to
really
do that.
is. It really is. Honestly, it's totally fine. It's
Yeah.
totally fine.
Don't go and start saying like I'm horny for the blood of Jesus or anything.
Right.
Just have a nice time in the shower in the morning.
Just keep it to yourself, you know?
Yeah,
It's
we don't need
fine.
to see that.
So then they have the rehearsal for the wedding,
Mhm.
and like last minute at the rehearsal, Meemaw asks Tori and Bobby to sing at their ceremony, which like again, stressful. Why is it always last
Yeah.
minute with these people?
And didn't even request a song, just said sing a love song. And
Yeah.
it's like,
It's like
okay,
God.
you think that might be more helpful, but no, I need you to know, like tell me what I should sing at
Yeah.
your wedding.
Exactly. No, that open-endedness is too stressful for me.
Too stressful. And Tori's already planned the whole thing, and now she's being told that she has to rehearse and sing.
No thanks.
She and Bobby do a duet, or they've done duets before. And Aaron is like, why don't we do Irish Eyes or Smiling? And nobody's Irish Eyes. So they decided on Red River Valley. Which,
No one has Irish eyes.
Who's the River Valley? Let's be honest here.
Ooh, yeah. So yeah, they practice and it's whatever. I don't know. The rehearsal's fine.
Yeah, it was just kind of like that weird, awkward, like waiting period
Right.
before a big event happens, and we just watched it for like way too long.
Yeah. So then the day of the wedding, Meemaw is in like a blue Cinderella gown, which is
Mhm.
awesome. I loved it actually.
Yeah, me too. It was so much fun.
Meemaw kisses him like when she meets him at the aisle, like before anything happens. Like she just goes right in at it, which wow.
She's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not lying with my dress here. I'm a hoe in church.
Yes. It's like, all right. I mean, cool. You do you.
Hell yeah, Betty Joe.
Yeah, this is when Kelly says you want to see them get a little frisky, and that's disgusting.
I don't want to see anyone get frisky in any situation where I'm not expecting it.
Yeah, I'm good with just like a normal wedding kiss, really. It's totally fine.
Yeah. A little dip. Okay. I'm going to think you're a little dramatic, but like, all right. But like,
we don't need to
keep
be
your legs
like,
down. Keep your legs down, Susan.
Yeah, Tori and Bobby do their duet, and I don't know if it was just hard to hear, but it didn't sound that great. But I don't know. It could have just been the sound.
Like they were singing out of a boombox. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. It was just...
It seemed fine. Nobody seemed like overly embarrassed or upset. So.
It was fine. Everything went well, and Meemaw and Tom are together forever.
Together forever. And they just like booked it out of there. They're like, cool, done. We're done with the aisle part. We're out of here.
Bye. Time for our honeymoon now. I mean, whatever.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Is it time to move on to episode 2?
It's time to move on.
All right. So episode 2 is called Road Trip Romance.
Which, like, I want to say something about this name up TV. The only people who are actually on the road trip are Carlin and Katie.
Yeah, and there's not romance between them.
They should not be romancing and haven't been romancing. So please.
Yeah, it's kind of a misleading title. Yeah. So it's spring break, and Carlin and
Spring
Katie.
break.
Spring break. Carlin and Katie are going to visit Evan, who lives right outside of Nashville. Of course, Katie is going as the chaperone,
Mm-hmm.
as per usual.
Yep. One cannot trust those teens and their flighty hands.
No, not at all. Because Evan is Carlin's special friend.
Special friend.
Yeah, not
More
boyfriend,
than a friend.
but yeah, a special
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
Which I
they
did notice that when they arrived, though, that Carlin and Evan gave a full frontal hug, like full on
yes.
frontal hug.
Every single time they meet, they like full frontal hug, and then I
Yeah.
like hip to hip the whole time.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Yeah, like even when the parents are there, not just like,
Yeah.
oh, you know, my little sister's not gonna narc on me for a hug.
Right, yeah. The Duggars are somewhere shuddering to themselves.
I know, they're averting their eyes. Vulgarity.
Side hugs only.
Side hugs only. We subscribe to Up TV for wholesome content.
Not
Fuck.
these whorish hugs.
These whores and these knees. I just like that they fucking rolled up in an old cop car.
Hell yeah, you know how they do.
Like, of course, they're driving the old like Ford Crown Victoria, all white with the black stripe in the back. You're like,
Yep.
That's a good car to keep around for 25 years and just drive forever, I guess.
Yeah, just rotate between your millions of children. Yeah.
Yeah.
Katie, Carlin, and Evan go over to Evan's sister Ashley's house, and Ashley's husband Daniel is singing a song with Evan and Carlin at this big like birthday party that they're having for like a family birthday party, because Evan also is from a huge family, and so they do like combined birthday parties every couple months.
Which that's,
yeah,
honestly a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of like I don't feel special there, but maybe they do like one-on-one parental dates on the actual birthday.
I hope so.
It's hard to make 3 cakes a month.
Right. I get that for sure. Like doing like an individual fun thing with the person and then having like a big combined birthday party. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I think that's vibing.
Vibes.
Okay. Yeah. So we find out that Evan also was homeschooled. His family also loves music, but they're much more professional.
It's like hearing like Evan and Daniel sing compared to Lawson. It's like, okay, yeah, this is, yeah.
I know. I was
very
like,
big difference.
Evan's song sounded like he was like kind of an impersonator of like Harry Connick Jr.
Yeah.
To me.
Kind of.
Like,
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like that little like poppity pop, but soft rock. And that's his voice kind of sounded like that. And then you hear Lawson being like, I lost my heart.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it doesn't help that like that is just like my least favorite type of music of all. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't like Lawson, so.
Yeah. Nothing Lawson does will ever be good enough for us. We're sorry.
Truth. Yes. But yeah, Carlin's intimidated to sing with them because the Stewart family is very professional and not at all like the Bates family. But she does fine, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mostly his sisters seem to kind of razz her about like, no, you actually sing pretty well. Like, don't be not confident about that.
Yeah.
Which is the best kind of razzing.
Yeah, exactly. Back at the Bates house, Zach is taking Jackson to practice his driving.
Oh, I love a good driving episode.
Yeah, at least this one was a little bit less stressful than the past one we saw with some of the girls, because it seems like the guys have the guys have like opportunities to like operate motor vehicles before they have to drive, where the girls don't. So like there's that.
Yeah, they can go around in 4-wheel where the girls are not supposed to be muddy children.
Right, exactly. I liked how Zach decided to take Lawson's car just in case something happens, which as a Lawson hater, I did not mind at all.
I did not mind. And also, like, what more could happen to that car?
Yeah, exactly.
They did kind of like the wide shot when he was in the parking lot and you could just see like stuff hanging off of it. And I'm like, this is not like a good car. This is
the type of car you go practice driving in.
Yeah, like it's not a big deal. You can probably get more for scrap than you could get like selling it again.
But yeah, thankfully Jackson was pretty prepared. and they practice taking some back roads and going around curves in parking lots because Tennessee is windy as shit, and that's definitely very important to learn
Yeah.
when you live there.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know.
was
It was
fine.
just kind of a little interlude.
Yeah, and it wasn't too stressful, which is nice.
It was very nice. Though Lawson was acting like it was the fucking end of the world.
Yeah,
He's
well,
like,
he's a
you gotta
dramatico.
slow down. You gotta
He's
slow down.
he just likes to be,
Yeah.
you know.
A whiny butt boy.
Exactly. Whiny butt boy. So then back in Nashville, Carlin, Evan, and Katie, and some of Evan's people are going to take a skateboarding lesson, which is interesting. I didn't know fundies were allowed to skateboard, but
I don't know. Maybe ever since that guy in LA started making like the cool skater rock Christian music.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. With the Duggar. Which one? Jeremy was he talking to?
Yeah, I don't remember what his name is, but
Yeah.
yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's it. But it seemed like a very bad idea in all accounts because I don't know. Like, it's kind of fun to go do that, but also, like, you're only with each other for a certain amount of time. You don't want to spend most of that in the ER.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I could think of some other activities that would probably be a little bit better to do with your significant other, but
heck, if you want to be crazy, you can go paintball. That's way less likely to end an injury.
Truth. Yeah, Katie decides to sit out and just watch, which would have been me 100% because I'm not about to do that. I do not want to fall. And then within 5 minutes, Carlin twists her ankle, and so she has to sit out.
Yep, and ice her ankle.
Yep. So it's going great.
Evan seemed to be doing poorly as well, but just kept on trucking.
Yeah, at least he didn't hurt his ankle, so
true.
There's that.
Yeah. So then everyone goes over to the birthday party.
Right, yes. The combined birthday party. And there's a ton of his family there. And Evan's parents kind of sit down and talk with them a little bit and see how they're feeling about their relationship and how serious they are about things.
Yeah.
And Evan says he sees Carlin as his girlfriend and he loves her very much and hopes the Lord keeps them together.
That was just like the most awkward conversation that I'm sure the Up TV made them have.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
Where do you see this relationship going? And they're like,
yeah, 100%. It was like an Up TV like setup thing.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was so awkward, but it was fun. Like, they looked at scrapbooks and did all the like, I'm meeting your family for the first time, fun stuff. That was cute.
Yeah.
Carlin and Evan then did their song with Daniel.
Yeah, and it went well. Everything is fine. So nobody forgets the words, unlike when Lawson performed that one time.
God, yeah. Forgot his own song that he wrote.
I will never let him forget that.
No, never. But this part did show me fully that Evan is a goober like Chad, I think.
Yeah, he definitely has goober vibes for sure.
Yeah. Also because I think he's like one of the younger boys in their family because their parents are pretty old.
Yeah.
So like I think he's just like a goober soft boy like Chad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have hopes.
Yeah, that's not too bad. For a fundy, that's about as good as you could get, I would say.
Yeah. Like a weird, overly romantic kind of dude. That's fine.
Yeah. So then episode 3 is called Bobby's Moving In.
They were really trying to tease us with stuff. Yeah, road trip romance. Bobby's moving in.
Yeah.
They're having twins.
Yeah, it's like come on, guys. Okay. I've seen their Instagrams. I know that this is not true.
I know this is not true.
So Bobby is visiting Tennessee and Tori in Tennessee, mostly to spend time with Tori, but also to kind of figure out what he wants to do. He's thinking about moving to Tennessee, and he wants to kind of figure out what his options are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's going to be graduated in 2 months-ish with his whatever you call priesty degree
Ministry degree,
Ministry,
I think.
Yeah. And so he's looking to continue working in a church. And
guess who has a church?
guess who has a church?
that he's opening just conveniently. None
Convenient
other
church
than
time.
Mr. Gil Bates.
Oh, God. Yeah, Zach kind of says that Kelly and Gil make their area sound like heaven, or even better than heaven, because they want to keep the girls close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like how I don't know, it's just so weird that, like, they're just, like, assumed that the girl's gonna go wherever the guy lives.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, that, like, decisions can be made together to, like, decide where you
No.
live.
No, the head of the household determines where you live.
Yeah, because Kelly was, like, shocked that Bobby was actually moving to Tennessee. And
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah, he's like, I mean, yeah, it seems better than Florida.
Also, yeah, Kelly kept talking about how it's going to be such a change for him, but it's like, I don't think Florida and Tennessee are nearly as different as you think they are, Kelly.
No. Florida has, like, more cities.
Yeah,
That's about it. But I don't think he's hanging out in, like, the big cities, going to
probably
a
not.
Bible college.
Probably not.
No, he's probably just in, like, the panhandle.
Right. So, yeah, this whole time, Gil and Kelly are in, like, full salesperson mode, trying to sell Tennessee, which, I mean, I get. Like,
Yeah,
you want your kid to stay close.
Yeah, I get it. This is their time to shine.
Right, exactly. Oh, and so then we get a fun little segment where we have Judson and Jeb going to jujitsu. That was bad. Going to jujitsu. And Judson said it's, quote, because it's cool and so we can hit.
Yeah.
So that's
this whole thing just seemed like the worst idea.
Honestly,
like I kind of get why she was doing it. Like, oh, it's going to teach them self-control, or it's going to teach them when to use their fighting powers or whatever. But they'd have to go to class like every week for like multiple weeks, and like to get that kind of lesson, not just one lesson with this big dude who's just going to teach them how to knock people down.
Exactly. Yeah, this is something that would take like consistency and a lot of time, and those are things that Bates aren't very good at. So
nope.
But I mean, at least they're like going out and doing some non-cult related activities.
Yes.
So it is nice to see that.
I don't know why they got this jujitsu guy. Like, did they get like a deal that they had to go there, and now they get sponsorship money or whatever?
I don't know.
Everyone wants to go where the Bates
yeah, it's like
children fought each other.
They have like a sign on their door. This is the place where Carlin Bates put a hole in the wall.
Come see Carlin's knees immortalized in time.
At this point we see Lawson, Nathan, and Trace are jealous that their little brothers get to go do jujitsu because they didn't. So
I mean, that's reasonable, but also Gil and Kelly were younger.
True.
So probably could keep up with them more.
Definitely.
Now that they're like in their 50s trying to keep up with toddlers and shit, like fuck that.
Oh, I loved this little talking head part with Jeb and Judson where the interviewer asks if they were nervous, and Judson says no, and Jeb says that he was, and then Judson just says, "You don't even know what nervous means."
It's probably true.
It's probably true, yeah. But it was just so funny.
Oh man, the little boys are top quality in this show.
Yeah, they're the best for sure. They're my favorite characters.
They kind of remind me of the like two old guys heckling in the Muppets, except they're little.
Same energy for sure.
Yeah.
But it was cute. They did really good, and they were like helping each other, and they seemed to be having fun. So it was good. And I think it would be good if they went to them like regularly, like we talked about. It would be good for them.
Because they did end the segment with them whispering, "I know how to break his arm. No, I know how to break your arm into pieces."
Yeah, which is like probably not the lesson that we were going for there, but
oh well.
Oh well. So we then go over and we get a scene at Gil's church that he's putting together. And of course, Gil had absolutely no idea what he was getting into when he decided to buy this building and create a church. And so like the deadline for when it opens just keeps getting longer and longer, and
always.
Yeah, not surprising at all.
No, it's always their wonderful planning skills. They're so good at it.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, since Bobby is graduating in 2 months with his ministry degree, Gil is trying to recruit him to practice his skills on them. I liked how he was, like, trying to, like, turn
Yeah,
it,
he's
like,
like,
oh,
it's not
just,
a job. I'm
yeah,
not paying you. You're practicing.
yeah, this is your apprenticeship.
I'm paying you an experience.
Oh, God, no. And
Gil would
you can have my
100% do
daughter,
that.
too.
Yeah. Yes.
Ew,
I'm going to trade my
gross.
daughter for you being a, like, legitimate, I don't know what you can be, licensed priest? A certified priest?
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I like licensed priest. Got a
Yeah.
licensed a priest.
But Gil says he's looking forward to having Bobby's organization skills and long-term planning skills on the team, which, yeah, buddy, you need those things a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the only thing Chad couldn't do for you is
Fuck.
religion stuff.
Yeah, really. Yeah, that's why it's like going so poorly, is because Chad's just not able to help with this one.
He's like, oh man, I've got to work a lot of doubles this week. I can't help you out. And that's put him back like 8 months.
Yeah, God. So then Gil and Bobby sit down and have a, like, what are your thoughts talk. Not necessarily like the marriage talk, but more like about living in Tennessee. And yeah, that's when Bobby says, like, oh, we're going to have the marriage talk soon. And then Gil says, I just cleaned my shotgun real nice.
It's like, ha ha ha, ha ha, I'd rather kill you than let you make my daughter happy.
Yeah, than let my daughter make her own decision on who she marries. And yeah. Anyway. But yeah, I don't know. It's fine. Bobby's excited, seems to be excited about the prospect of working for Gil.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which is something.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I can't imagine, like, that's kind of a dangerous move, getting into work with your future father-in-law. Like, oof.
Yeah.
Could be bad.
Good luck.
Good luck.
I don't know. They did end this. Did we? We didn't talk about the skiing injury, did we?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, they're sitting close, and Bobby's like, "What's that on your face?" And he's like, "I went down Black Diamond a few times, and I fell, and I don't remember what happened." And it's like, cool.
Yep.
These people, their bones are just made of stone somehow.
Somehow, yeah. Like, they just, I don't even know. They can
corn
take a
fed
beating.
and cornbread.
Oh, God. So then, next up, Tori and Bobby and Gil and Kelly go on a little double date for dinner. And, this is when Zach compares all his sisters to fish. He talks about how all his sisters are fish, like, waiting to be reeled in, and how some of them are, like, in the process of being reeled in, and some of them are already reeled in. And it's like, please stop comparing your sisters to fish. Please.
Yeah. They have just adult human relationships, maybe. But maybe not. Who knows? I don't know what these things are.
Yeah.
They've texted each other.
Yeah, they talk at dinner about marriage and all that stuff, and I don't even know.
Yeah, they talk about, like, expectations. I don't know. It was all really just, like, seemed staged.
Yeah,
kind
exactly.
of just talking about stuff again. But then Bobby mentions that he knows someone from the fire department who said that she had a camper that he could stay in for free other than utilities and stuff.
Exciting.
So Kelly gets on the horn to call Karen immediately.
Call Karen. Oh, that's scary.
Kelly calls Karen.
And they set up a time to see the camper the next day.
Yeah.
And then they go and see it. And
it's a camper.
It's a camper. Like, it looks fine. I just would fucking hate to live in a camper. So, not for me. But I mean, it looked like not fine camper.
If I have to live in a camper, I'm living in one of those big, like, Winnebago bitches where, like,
fuck yeah,
you can, like, stretch your arms out from side to side and not touch wall.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I need room for activities.
Yeah. But Bobby and Tori seem excited about the situation. Bobby seems excited with the camper and the location of the camper, so it seems like the perfect situation for them.
Yep. That camper was chuggy.
Definitely.
Officially reclaimed that word now. It's gone around. It was chuggy.
It definitely was. It had, like, TJ Maxx decorations.
Live, laugh, love. Eat, feed, pray. I don't know.
Eat, feed, pray.
I'm sorry.
I love that. That's the new slogan we're going with. Eat,
Eat,
feed,
feed,
pray.
pray.
uh, okay. So, are we ready to move on to episode 4? Okay.
Yep.
Episode 4 is called Sibling Rivalry.
Is it rivalry or is it revelry?
Oh.
It's their stupid double entendres this season.
Oh, I might have just looked at it once and I got
That's
the
okay.
wrong thing.
Yeah, no, I think it's called sibling revelry.
Okay. Well,
which
whatever.
is even dumber. Like, it's a terrible name. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. No, we can talk about the terrible names. And yeah, I must have just like blocked out the stupid and just
Or it
my brain saw
autocorrected
what it wanted to
because
see.
my phone did not want revelry to be a word. It was like, no, you mean rivalry. And I'm like, no, I don't. I mean revelry. That is a word. I know most people don't use it.
So this episode starts out with Gil kind of teaching all the older driving kids car maintenance things because, as Tori says, her parents teach the first few kids things and then they forget that they have 19 kids that they have to teach each of them individually, and so they just don't teach them, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, it's because their siblings didn't sister, mom, or brother, dad them well enough.
Like your sibling was supposed to teach you that. Not
yeah,
me.
like Zach raised you. I didn't raise you.
Yeah, you gotta like, and believe it or not, you have to raise each child individually. Like they need to each learn the things. It's not just like I taught one of my kids it, then I can like check off this lesson plan off my parent.
Osmosis.
Look.
The next time I birth one, it will know already.
Exactly. So the first thing that happens is they learn to open the hood, and this is where Katie says, "I thought the hood was in the back." So going great. Going great so far.
Going so great. They get the hood open.
Finally, yes.
Carlin gets confident and says she can find the oil, but in fact does find the transmission fluid.
Right. Yes.
And so Gil gets to be the great teacher that he is and said, I told y'all you don't know everything you think you do.
It's like, yeah, because you didn't teach them.
Yeah, they can't know something that wasn't taught to them by their only teachers, you and their mother.
Yeah, especially when they're like in such a sheltered life. Like it's not like they have like unlimited access to Google to figure out whatever the fuck they want. Not that that's like how a child should learn things, but I'm just saying.
I mean,
like,
it's a way that a lot of people learn things now.
Right.
Like
exactly.
even just, basic shit like this all the way to, something that they're actually interested in. You can YouTube it.
Yes, exactly. But they learn to check the oil, and I noticed this whole time that Carlin is standing in this gravel just completely barefoot. Like, how do you do that?
She has dead feet. I don't know. She walks around barefoot in so many situations that just deeply upsets me.
It is upsetting. Like, I get walking around the grass or even just like pavement.
Yeah. No, but she'll
flat.
wander around like where they've been doing a project where I'm sure there's nails and shit. Like they're not cleaning up.
How?
They're breaking nails. They're dropping hammers.
Yeah. It's like, how are these people like not? How do they not have to get their feet amputated by now for like some reason?
Pure grit and prayer.
God, yeah, I guess maybe there really is a God, because
maybe there really is a God.
I don't know. Starting to believe a little bit. Scary.
Oh shit, we're getting in. We gotta go watch something.
This is how they trick us. Apparently,
one full run through of the Duggars and then half of the Bates is what it takes to brainwash yourself.
God, that's scary. That's a scary prospect. But yeah, I don't know. The lesson goes fine. They learn things.
Yeah, they make fun of Gil for how he does things versus how he teaches them to do stuff. Like, he usually kicks the tire, and it's like, don't kick the tire, that's not the proper way to do it. And it's like, but that's how you do it, Dad.
That's how you do it, yeah. I love it. I love that. It's like, throw it in their face, yeah.
It's like the most iconic moment of Gil's, like, general hypocrisy with fundamentalism and everything else, and then, like, how they all actually are.
Yeah.
It's
definitely.
that moment.
Okay, so then we get into the self-defense class. So Carlin, Josie, Tori, Katie, Aaron, and Whitney are all taking a self-defense class together, which, I mean, never a bad idea to take a self-defense class, sure. I loved that they were all, wearing their leggings under their workout skirts. Gotta be, even when you're defending yourself, you gotta do it in a God-honoring way.
Yeah, you don't want the person who's teaching you how to defend yourself to see the curve of your butt.
That would be too much.
They don't know you have a butt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it
It
was
was
kind of
This
chaotic
was
as
so
fuck.
much. This was so much. And it's because Carlin and Tori, you put them together to do any activity and they're just going to like chaos spiral off of
Yeah,
each other.
pretty much. And then like all of them are just so competitive with each
And
other,
so
which
whiny at the
yeah,
same time. Everyone's
yeah.
competitive and complaining.
It's so bad. So like, and I think that the if the like instructor knew this, he wouldn't have been so like, oh, we need to figure out who's the strongest one of you, because they were like all ready to fucking go.
Yeah, they were going to knock each other out. They were going to like fully collapse each other's larynxes.
I know, it's like, god damn, this is about to get real. And then
I
like
know.
I don't even know what was like the point of this exercise they were gonna do, but the instructor tells them to start like running, and
Yeah.
they run really fast, and while they're running, first of all, Whitney falls to the ground, and then
Smashes her face into the wall when she falls because she trips on her toes and then goes like knees, arms, face
yes.
and wall, rolls over.
Yes, so that was one thing, but then the even
Mm-hmm.
better part is Carlin, who literally just slams right into the wall, and
Just
both
didn't
her
stop.
knees go through the wall, like she puts a big ass hole in the wall.
2 holes around a fucking stud that with her knees.
Yes. And she said she just assumed that the wall was padded, which
Which
like
is insane because you could see the other walls in there and they were padded and it was gray and you could see it like tacked to the wall.
yes, this was just a regular ass fucking plain wall.
Yeah.
Like no question that it was not padded.
This poor jujitsu guy, he was like, I just wanted the free advertising and now I have to like fucking redo my drywall.
Yeah, he was like shocked that happened. Like, yeah, they just like ran at the wall. Like none of them were stopping. I don't understand. Like what were they expecting
They
to
have no
happen?
preservation skills. They're just like, just run.
Like you got to stop, dude. It was just so much. Just
It was so much. This poor man, if he wasn't sweaty before, he would have been sweaty after this.
For real. But then they learned some like basic jujitsu moves that are like designed to take down somebody bigger than you, which is good. And they practice those on each other. And thankfully, no more holes in the wall.
No more holes. Nobody else got hurt, I don't think. But Tori was ready to kill someone.
Yes, yeah. There was definitely like some scary looks in their eyes. Like would not want to be in that room, TBH.
And then there was this moment for me where they were talking about Madison, the like student helper that was with the dude to show off the moves and whatever. And they're like, and we see this woman just taking down this man who's quite a lot bigger than her. She's not even older than us. Like she must be younger than us. And she just has all of this power. And they're like, you're like seeing this moment where they're like, oh, we could be something more. No.
No, but no.
No.
We can't. Sad.
Yep. Sad.
The last part of this episode, Zach and Whitney are going to a cooking class with Aaron and Chad.
This is cute.
It
I
was
don't know
cute.
if Up TV made them do this or if they like actually wanted to do this, but this was cute and fun. This was like normal family bonding time.
Exactly. And it looks like a fun class. Like all the food looked really good and it looked like I could even cook it. So
yeah.
Like the way he was teaching it, it looked like I could cook it is what I'm saying.
Yes. Yeah, so they all went to the cooking class. Erin hated cooking when they were young because who the fuck wants to cook for 22 people?
Yeah, that's what they were like. They were like, yeah, when Erin like moved and lived with Chad, she realized she liked cooking. And it's like, wow, imagine that. She likes to cook for 2 people as opposed to 22.
Yeah, she wanted to do cooking, not catering.
Exactly. They start out by making bruschetta, and Zach had never heard of a baguette before.
I know. This whole time where it was like, what's this? What's this? There's magic in the air.
Yeah.
And it's like a fucking tenderizer mallet. You're like, how have you guys made it to like 28 years old without ever learning any of this?
Like, a baguette. Like, who doesn't know what a baguette is? Like, yeah, it's
so
French,
like, is that
but...
sourdough? Like, you know, sourdough. That means you obviously have seen more than a Wonder Bread. Like, sir.
I know, it was like too much for me. But as Aaron said in that one episode, quote, we don't like to eat food that's not American. And so I guess that includes baguettes. That's French.
That's French. And they haven't ever had pasta and chicken before.
I guess not. Yeah, their next dish that they make is chicken piccata, which looked really fucking good. TBH.
Oh yeah, God, it looked
I
so
was
good.
hungry when I watched
I
this
was
episode.
sincerely considering making it, and I don't like to cook.
Yeah, it looked like fun. Like I wanted to cook, and I don't
Yeah.
ever want to cook. So
God, we should go take a cooking class one day when
we
we don't
should.
die.
Yeah, maybe if that ever happens. But
Yeah.
yeah, that would be
Hell
fun.
yeah.
So then they learn about plating and presentation, and they talk about how that's not a thing in the Bates house because it's just a matter of
Plating
survival.
is getting all of the food that you want on your plate.
Yep. Yeah, which
That
fair.
seems like a stressful home life, buddy. Like you
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
have some unresolved trauma about.
Yeah, they do make a lot of comments about like eating and like food and getting food, and it's like
Yeah.
that's not great because I have no memories in my childhood of like not having food.
Like
that
that's food insecurity. That
Yeah.
usually comes with a lot of different other stuff that you
Right.
should work on.
Yeah, that's not a great. That's not like a typical childhood thing to experience.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Big bummer. Yeah.
Big
well, and
bummer.
we know fundies are bad at feeding their fucking children because we know about the Rodriguez family who keep
oh god,
dodging CPS because their kids keep being skinny.
Yeah, and god, it's scary.
Feed your children. Feed your children as much food as your children want.
Yeah, and like maybe like try like you can use birth control if you don't have the means to provide for like it's not a sin to use birth control. Like I mean if it whatever.
For them it is, but yeah.
It's like it's fine.
Yeah.
It's way better to use birth control and prevent a baby from being born that you can't feed.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
Of course, before they get to dig into their food, they have to do a group prayer.
Which, God, I feel so bad for all these like random service people and like, you know, teachers, trainers that they have to work with because this must be the worst. They're like, okay, I'm gonna bring in a film crew and then I'm also gonna be obnoxious.
Right. Yeah. No thanks. Yeah, that would be awkward as hell.
It's like, Lord, I'd like to thank you for what's your name again? Guy who just taught me how to cook all this? Okay, thanks for Kenny. I don't know, it just feels so like disingenuous and weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Yeah. But their food was good. It looked good. I wanted it.
Everyone seemed to enjoy it and nobody like got white fonted after Erin died of food poisoning from her uncooked chicken.
Yes, thankfully. You know, it's always a risk with chicken, but they made it out.
They did. They made it out alive.
All right. So the last episode and my definitely least favorite episode title of the bunch.
Yep.
He said, she shed.
He said, she shed down by the seashore.
I want to die so bad right now.
He said, she shed. She shed. That's right. She shed. Shit.
She shed.
Shit. Oh no, I'm trapped.
Too much.
I'm trapped linguistically in this.
So, for I Love You Day, Gil gave Kelly a coupon for 1 day of work where he can't complain or he can't say no to like whatever project she wants him to do.
It's a cute coupon. I think that was a good idea.
Definitely. And so Kelly has decided to cash this in on that damn shed.
That fucking shed. 6 seasons we have heard about this shed, and we are finally going to get to see the interior.
Thank God, yes. So the plan is to clean out the shed, and then Trace is also wanting to paint lines on the basketball court that they made because he is planning on going out for the Crown College basketball team, and he wants to practice.
I'm sure the very competitive Crown College basketball team, but, you know.
Yeah. Whatever. Good
At least it's not the Dixie Stampede. Well, it's still a Dixie Stampede.
Exactly. Right. So the whole family that is available is going out to help. It's like a big family affair. The goal is to get things organized and get rid of as much stuff as possible. Mm-hmm. This is when Gil says something that reminded me so much of Kyler, my husband, like so much, and it scared me. He said, I can see value in things that no one else can see. And that is 100% a Kyler thing.
I thought about Kyler in that one too, because I'm like, that's how you end up with like little piles of weird things all around your house and backyard.
I have just the weirdest stuff in my house, and it is all because of him. It is all because of him, and he just won't get rid of anything.
Nope, because he sees the value in it.
You never know when you're going to need it.
You never know when you're going to need it.
I was like, God damn it. Am I married to Gil Bates? Please say no.
No, you're not.
Thank God.
But Gil has one virtue of being like Kyler.
One Kyler quality.
Yes.
What a quality to have.
God, yeah, they go on this whole thing where there's two groups in the family, the thrower-outers and the keepers, and I don't know, it's just like there's the hoarders and the people who don't want to live in piles of shit at this point.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. But then while they're, going through all the shed stuff, they find the wire that they had used in the past for their previous zip line that they had in their backyard.
God.
And right then and there, Nathan and some of the other kids decide, oh, we're going to set up the zip line
now on the side of the shed, attached to it.
Yes, and to a tree, yeah. But the quote I have is, typical Bates project, we're not quite done with one, we start another.
That is very true.
Yep.
I just, don't understand what, I think Gil and I were on the same page, which was very rare, that both of us were very concerned that they were fucking around with this wire, because I feel like this could have been, would they have shown this episode if a child got, snapped in half by a fucking huge wire? There are possibilities here.
Yeah, I was so stressed out watching them. It was they kept being like, how is this dangerous? This is not dangerous. And I'm like, guys, there are so many ways you could dive in this right now. Yeah,
this is like a steel cable. If it hits you with any velocity, it's gonna hurt real bad.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's not like fishing line.
It's not a jump rope, buds. It's
right.
Legit.
Well, and then they were just the way that they had it set up, it was not at all safe, and they had Isaiah, of course, try it out.
Poor one fragile child.
Instantly, when he goes up there, he just falls down, and he's contorted on the ground. And
he fell with one arm behind him, and I was like, oh no, did he just dislocate his whole shoulder? He's just laying there still.
But then he just stands up, and it's this kid can take a fucking beating, and that scares me.
It's so much. That kid, I don't know.
That's the
all
same
of them.
kid
They're just bouncy.
Yeah, Isaiah's the same one that fell from a balcony or something.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
The sea thing. It was over the side of the.
Yeah, he fell several stories, and they were like, oh yeah, he broke his leg and his arm. And he had a brain bleed, and I'm like, God damn, just throwing that brain bleed in there it's no big deal.
NBD, he just hit his head on a rock, 3 stories down.
It's what the fuck. I just
Isaiah,
can't handle it.
Please seek new parents.
They stress me out so much.
They do so much. It was so much. They're all oh, well, the kids are made of rubber. And it's yeah, but that fucker's made of steel. Gil went out there and was don't fucking do it. Don't fucking do it.
Thankfully, Gil pulls the plug and, is you guys cannot do this because it's not okay.
Where were they gonna zip to? They were just gonna hit the side of the shed.
Yeah. Well, and also, it's fucked up if Gil is yeah, this is not okay. This is not safe.
So fucked up.
It's fucked up.
Yeah. God.
So then while some of the family is doing the shed, Carlin helps Trace paint the lines on the basketball court.
Mm-hmm. Because they scared her in the shed. They tried to get her to help, and they scared her with an animatronic spider. That was pretty scary, honestly.
It was. I would have been scared too. It would have freaked me out if I saw it.
So she's working on the basketball lines, and everybody's like, are you going to do it wrong? You're going to do it wrong. You're going to do it wrong. And she's like, I can fucking do this. It's not that hard. I'm going to do it. And
I can paint straight lines. Yeah, and she did fine. Yeah, good for you. Good job, Carlin.
Good job, Carlin.
And then Lawson and Nathan are in the shed, and they just decide they're gonna tear this wall down. And everyone else is like, please don't do this. Please don't tear this wall down. And
we don't know if it's a support wall. We don't know what's happening here.
They're just way too confident in themselves. I wish I had an ounce of their self-confidence, because holy shit.
Yeah.
But they do. They just take sledgehammers and chainsaws to this wall, and thank God it was not a support. But holy shit.
It was, they literally were throwing axes through it while people were on the other side. No safety.
They have no concern for safety at all. It freaks me out every time.
The only reason that I feel most of their children are alive is just sheer luck.
Yeah.
Maybe God,
as we're learning, which I am scared to think about that. So, after a while, they do a pretty good job at organizing the
Mhm.
shed, and I guess that's kind of what happens when you have 20 people helping you. Like, it just
Yeah,
kind of
you can get it
happens.
done in a day. You can just
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. So, but finally, after, like we said, after 6 seasons, the shed is finally clean.
The shed is usable.
Yes.
And it's
Thank
not a
God.
she shed, it's just a shed.
Yeah. It's just a shed. They just had to be done with the
Yeah.
title.
He shed. She shed. All shed. Our
all
shed.
we all shed for she shed.
Ah.
Uh, okay,
All
so
right.
then in the last part of this, Trace brings some of his Crown College friends to practice on his new basketball court with his new lines, and of course Lawson has to come, and he's
And
insufferable.
insufferable. Just keeps making shots, doesn't pass to anybody, doesn't do anything. Just,
Yeah,
oh, I can dunk it. I can dunk it. I
yeah.
can
I
3-point it.
I could not live if Lawson was my sibling. It would not be pretty.
No, I would be beating the shit out of him all the time
Yeah,
if he were my sibling.
it would not be good. It would not be good at all. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about these episodes. Do you have anything else?
That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, these were all like, it was kind of nice to get back into like a completely just like
No
brain
brain.
numbing. Yeah, exactly.
No thoughts, just vibes.
Just questionable safety
Yeah.
decisions and, surprise weddings, all kinds of stuff.
Come with me and you'll be in a world of OSHA violations.
Exactly. That is just the theme song of the Bates show
Yeah.
and the Bates life in general.
It's no longer. It's about laughing.
Oh God. This is one of the only theme songs that I like have to fast forward through. Like, I can sit through most theme songs no problem, but this one I cannot handle it. Every time
No.
I'm like, oh no, we're going to a minute and a half in. I cannot handle it.
It fucks me up so bad. It's so bad. Like, even if I just catch like the last line where it's like
Yeah.
Gil and Kelly, I'll be like, pause. I have to stop this.
Yeah, it puts me instantly in a bad mood. It's like triggers my fight or flight response.
I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here.
But yeah, I think that about wraps us up for this episode. If you have anything that you want to add, anything to say about the Bates, or anything you have to say about any of our other episodes, or any suggestions for future episodes, you can email us at tvliterate@gmail.com.
And you can find us all over the internet at TV Literate. We are on Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. If you can think it, we're probably there. And if
Probably.
you have any good tea or any like rumors you gotta send us, send it to us. We'll love it.
Definitely.
We'll appreciate you forever.
Absolutely.
And, yeah. We also have a Ko-fi at www.ko-fi.com/TV Literate. You can give us $1. You can give us $5. Just anything helps with our podcasting fees.
Yes, we really appreciate it. And we'd also appreciate any reviews if you have time to leave one. And feel free to recommend us to anyone in your lives, because the more trash people, the better, as we like to say.
Hell
We will see you guys next week with another episode. Bye-bye.
yeah. Bye.